Accepting nominations for the upcoming Western and Southern Provincial Council elections will conclude on the 6th of February.
Yes, several political parties and independent groups have already submitted their nominations and deposited their bonds.
The main political parties are due to hand in their nominations tomorrow and the day after.
Several main parties, including the United People's Freedom Alliance and United National Party, have already commenced obtaining signatures from the nominees. Attorney at law Susara Dinal, who has also worked as a journalist for a long period of time, signed his nomination papers yesterday. Susara Dinal was born in the Deulapita area in Gampaha and received his primary education in several schools in Dunagaha, Minuangoda, Mahara and Kalaniya. He then went on to attend Mahanama College for his higher studies and then gained admittance into the Colombo University and subsequently entered Law College. Susara Dinal earned a name for himself as a journalist and has served as the news director of Newsfirst and as channel head of Sirasa TV. Prior to commencing his political activities, Susara Dinal recently visited the sacred temple of the Tooth Relic and obtained blessings. He subsequently met with the chief prelates of the Malwatu and Askeri chapters of the Siam sect. Meet with the people as much as possible. Go from house to house and explain your platform to them. This will mitigate any trouble. Trouble arises when you put up posters and do various other things. After the results are released, you must always remain close with the people. Subsequently, Susara Dinal organized a Murutun Puja for the sacred Tooth Relic and a Sanghagata Dakshinava. The chief prelate of the Askeri chapter, the Anunayakas of the Askeri and Malwatu chapters, and other members of the Mahasangha attended the religious observances. As a person who has been close to the temple since I was small and as a person who has rendered service to Viharyas in my professional life, I felt it necessary to meet with the chief prelates of the Malwatu and Askeri chapters to obtain their blessings for my political journey. I consulted with them and received their advice. I obtained their blessings and signed the nomination papers. Meanwhile, journalist S.M. Marika signed his nomination papers to contest under the UNP ticket from the Colombo district this morning. Marika, who served as the channel head of Sirasa FM over an extended period, is an old boy of Rahula College in Gaul. Sri Lanka is in an era of transformation. This election will signal a beginning for bringing victory to the youth, families and children. We will secure the UNP youth vote in the 15 electorates in the Colombo district and clinch victory. We will awaken the 4.7 million UNP supporters across the island and we will commence the journey to bring victory to the country, families and children at this election. ඊළඟ ප්‍රධාන මැතිවරණයේදී එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය ජයග්‍රහණය කරලා රටට පවුලට දරුවන්ට ජයග්‍රහණ ලබා දීමේ ගමන අපි මේ මැතිවරණයෙන් ආරම්භ කරනවා. Senior journalist Susil Kindelpitia recently signed his nomination papers to contest under the Democratic Party ticket from the Colombo district. A veteran journalist with long years of experience, Susil Kindelpitia is an old boy of Thurston College, Colombo and a visiting lecturer at the Sri Pali Mandapaya, which is affiliated to the University of Colombo. Kindelpitia, who served as news director of Newsfirst at one stage of his professional life, holds a master's degree in business administration. Candidates of the Janata Vimukti Peramuna too signed their nomination papers for the upcoming Southern and Western Provincial Council elections today. Party seniors were present at the occasion. When preparing our nominations this time around, we paid special attention to put forward a group of candidates who can change the oppressive politics that has been created in our country, find solutions to the socio-economic problems in our country, organize the people and serve the people. We have put forward a group who have professional experience and skill. I believe that we will be able to compete very well at this election. Former Chief Minister of the Western Province, Prasanna Ranatunga, received his nomination through the UPFA to contest for the Gampaha district and will serve as the UPFA group leader in the district. Former Provincial Minister Nimal Lansa and Hirunika Premachandra too signed their nomination papers yesterday. Hirunika Premachandra is the daughter of former UPFA parliamentarian, the late Bharata Lakshman Premachandra. She currently serves as the SLFP's co-organizer for the Central Colombo electorate.
Welcome back to the news, and coming up now is Action TV.
It would not be wrong to say that the message that was brought to this house in Kadirapura, Dehiyattakandia yesterday by an advisor to the Minister of Irrigation and Water Resource Management was a symbol of light. This house, which is an official residence under the purview of the Mahawali Authority, was given to this woman in 1998 in appreciation of the services rendered by her to the area. This estimable woman, although having retired from the education service in 1998, continues to teach the English and Tamil languages not only to children but to their teachers as well in the Mahawali C-zone, on the premise that you should never stop teaching what you have learnt. Last Wednesday and the following day, this woman revealed through Action TV the heart-wrenching experiences that she had been witness to during the war. This lady, who was deprived the title of mother on 2 occasions owing to the trauma of the war, arrived in Colombo from Gonagolla in Ampara in 1990, accompanied by several relatives as an internally displaced person who had lost 4 of her siblings. While the rest of her relatives who arrived with her have since left the country, this individual sacrificed the opportunity to continue to serve as an English teacher at Methodist College in Colombo and headed to Dehiyattakandia to address the shortage of English teachers there. As per this letter that she received yesterday, she is to receive a 20-perch plot of land for her residence. Although her family owned lands in Pillumale, Ampara, after 1990, this teacher, 73-year-old Mary Jacinta, had no claim of ownership to any of this land. She expressed her joy at receiving this letter to Action TV while reminiscing on the most recent unpleasant experience she has undergone.
He was sick and he had land in Kandy. I had no land of my own and I could not bear to take this. We finished the funeral at the parlour in Kandy and then I left. I am very thankful that I have been gifted this land.
Moving into other news, cancer is the second most deadliest disease that claims the lives of many Sri Lankans every year, and today marks World Cancer Day.
Newsfirst's Vindhya Veerasurya filed this report.
According to medical research, cancer is a class of disease characterized by out-of-control cell growth. There are over 100 different types of cancer, and each is classified by the type of cell that it is initially affected. Mutations in healthy cells can be caused by chewing betel, smoking, use of narcotics, consumption of artificial drinks, consumption of food items with hormones, use of chemicals, radiation effects, laziness, and mental stress. According to reports released by the World Health Organization, over 8 million deaths caused by cancer were reported in the year 2012 alone, with the majority of deaths being attributed to lung cancer. According to the World Health Organization, lung, liver, stomach, colorectal and breast cancers cause the most cancer deaths each year, including in 2012. In 2006, the last occasion on which data was compiled in Sri Lanka on cancer, 10,330 cancer deaths were reported in the country. The National Cancer Control Program says that in 2007, 14,000 persons sought treatment for cancer. According to health sources, over 14,000 cancer patients are reported annually. The main cause for cancer-related deaths is that they are not detected and treated at an early stage.
Doctors will only be able to provide a proper medication if the parties seek treatment early. Then the growth of the cancer can be prevented and we can provide medication accordingly. Long-lasting cough, blood loss and if any other symptom persists for more than 2 weeks, it is important to seek immediate medical treatment. The symptoms may attribute to cancer.
It is evident that even an unborn may be a victim of cancer. Yet one does not term this as fate and have any fear. The reason is because modern advances in medicine are capable of identifying cancer at an early stage and can prevent the cancer from growing any further.
Building materials were donated to the Udayala Primary School in Ranna, Tangal today under the auspices of UNP parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa.
CWW खंडंगर मැතිතුමා නිදහස් අධ්‍යාපනයේ ස්ථාපනය කරේ
Minister C.W.W. Kannangara established free education in order to provide an independent and free education service. But on this day, when we celebrate the 66th anniversary of our independence, I do not see any free education. An era where our duty by the right is not being done has dawned on us. Why do I say this? Although today is Independence Day, even though I am saddened to say it, I must say that there is freedom for lawlessness, there is freedom to abuse, there is freedom for corruption, fraud and thievery, there is freedom for drug trafficking, there is freedom to smuggle ethanol, there is freedom for arak and moonshine politics, but there is no free education where classrooms are built for our children.
Ethanol ජාවාරමන නිදහස තියෙනවා. අරක්කු කසිප්පු දේශපාලනයේ නිදහස තියෙනවා. නමුත් දරුවන්ට පන්ති කාමර ඉදිවෙන අධ්‍යාපන නිදහසක් නැහැ.
The MP donated building material valued at about 130,000 rupees to the school at this event.
Now moving into other local news, 2 individuals have died while bathing in the sea in Bentota. The police media unit said the 2 individuals had accompanied several others on a trip and had been waiting in the sea at around 9:45 a.m. and thereafter were swept away by a wave.
The police, lifeguards and Navy personnel have commenced a search operation. The police media unit further stated that the 2 individuals are aged 16 and 17 and are residents of Maradana.
Now moving into other local news, the 2 persons who had gone bathing in close proximity to Crow Island in Mutwal are reported to be missing. The police said that the 2 swimmers were reported missing this evening.
According to the police, search operations are underway to locate the missing individuals. Newsfirst view reporter Dinesh Adhikari from Polgahavela filed this report on an accident that occurred last night.
This accident occurred when a tipper and a container toppled onto a nearby shop at about 10:30 p.m. last night in Godavela on the Colombo-Kurunagala main road.
Newsfirst view reporter වෙනුවෙන් මම දිනේෂ් අධිකාරී පොල්ගහවෙල සිට.
Now moving on to some sports news, it's cricket. Despite the loss of 2 early wickets, a seamless 178-run partnership between Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene paved the way for Sri Lanka to top 300 on the opening day of the second test against Bangladesh in Chittagong.
Incidentally, Sangakkara went on to become the highest century scorer for Sri Lanka in the longer format of the game.
Yes, having won the toss, Sri Lanka decided to take first lease off the wicket. The visitors lost Kaushal Silva for 11 runs and Dimuth Karunaratne for 39 before lunch today.
Well, the first wicket. Oh, he's caught. It's dried
Now
out.
this spared Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene, who frustrated the Bangladeshi bowlers with their picks to all corners of the stadium. Kumar Sangakkara went on to record his 34th test century in 146 deliveries. This was his 28th ton in an Asian country and his 6th against Bangladesh. Mahela Jayawardene, who scored his 46th test half century, was dismissed for 72.
Lighted there. Mahmudullah.
Dinesh Chandimal, who came in next, was sent back to for 27 runs, while skipper Angelo Matthews was dismissed for just 5. At stumps on day 1, Sri Lanka were 314 for the loss of 5 wickets, with Kumar Sangakkara unbeaten on 160.
Why Chandimal was in such a hurry? He had things under control. Consider himself, well. Bowled in! Oh, what a dreadful shot. Just kept bowling wicket to wicket. You miss and I hit. He's taken.
And that's a wrap of your news at 9. Thank you for joining us. Wishing you all a very happy Independence Day. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Nicola D'Zoiza.
And I'm Madhushka Balasuriya. Let's wrap up tonight with a look at your weather forecast.
Good night and take care.
Good night.